What's going on, everybody? Richie here. This is week 2 of my program, new program, GZCL. Gonna keep these videos short and sweet from now on and just upload every video that I record in the garage, most likely. Today is squat focus as my main lift, and then I'll have a hip hinge assistance movement that I'll finish off with. Working up to 85% of my training max. My training max is 320. My actual max is 340. So my training max is a little high right now. I pretty much just carried over my training max from my last meso cycle with Wendler 531 and said, you know what, I'm just going to rock out with this training max, see how easy or difficult it is. And since this first month is going to be a lot of trial and error, working the kinks out of the new program, I figured it's okay if I overshoot my RPE here and there. And, you know, I'll just apply it to the next meso cycle, really get the ball rolling. So that being said, I'm trying to keep my RPE around 8.5 if I can on my top set, and doing 3 sets of 5 with this weight right here. It is 273.5 that I have on the bar. And first set, just decided to shoot from my usual, from a different angle. Get some feedback on that. Foot positioning could be better. Looks like my right femur is sort of internally rotating, so that's something I have to work on, and I'll do that and apply it to my next session. But right here, you know, let's talk about depth. Let's talk about depth, baby. It's getting good, right? I'm happy with where it's going. So day 1, I consider this what I call it a comp squat, right? This is like the squat that if I was to compete, I would use this squat in competition. It's a wider stance, low bar squat. And that's what I'm going to be using as my main focus on squat days. Here I decided to go back to that front angle because I wanted to get a little bit more feedback. And you can see I worked on it. I'm not perfectly symmetrical, guys. But I think I did a pretty good job of, you know, looking at that first video and then implementing some of the things I just talked about. So immediate improvement. That's why it's so important to record yourself. But the last rep, like I said, I overshot my RP a little bit. I'm not sure if it was 8.5. It might have been 9 or possibly even 10. But considering I'm used to only doing like 1 challenging set per session, I was happy to get through all 3 sets and hit my required rep ranges at a training max that's probably a little higher than it should be. So for assistance movements, on squat days, I'm doing squat as my main lift, and then I want a hip hinge. I decided to go with good mornings and just working my way up really light, doing well, I have 3 sets of 10 prescribed, but I figure, you know, no point in adding 3 sets right now if I can get a good training stimulus from 1 set. Guys, I chose good mornings because I was trying to do RDLs on my squat day some point last year, and it just destroyed my recovery. So I decided to substitute it for good mornings because I'm going to get a similar training response, right? The EMG data is showing that, you know, you're going to hit your hamstrings, you're going to hit your glutes, and it's less axial loading on the spine, so less weight on the bar. So it's going to help improve my recovery. And the theory is, let's say I could take this good morning from what you see right here, 115 on the bar, and work up to the point where I can do, you know, 225 for 10. What do you think is going to happen? You know, spoiler alert, it's going to make my deadlifts go up. It's going to make my squat go up. It's going to help all my lower body lifts, right? Without overloading my spine with an extremely heavy weight that I would have to do doing something like stiff leg deadlifts or RDLs, right? So that's the theory, guys. That's why I've chosen good mornings. That's the training session. Went good today. Looking forward to ramping up the volume over the next couple meso cycles, and we shall see what happens. All right, take it easy. I'll talk to you next time.